Hi guys, it's me here with my buddy Horace. Sorta. He's just messing up my tarot cards. I'm gonna do something interesting. I'm just gonna run through a little bit of this very, very recent video released on the James Webb Telescope.
The multiverse theory, and what do the latest physicists have to say about it? The multiverse theory suggests that our universe, with all its hundreds of billions of galaxies and almost countless stars, spanning tens of billions of light years, may not be the only one. Instead, there may be an entirely different universe distantly separated from ours, and another, and another. In fact, this mind-bending theory...
Okay, so I'm gonna stop here for a sec. What they imply in this video is that you would have co-current consciousnesses that are you, but are in parallel worlds. I don't think that theory is going to pan out. So this is just me making my speculations. Time will prove me right or wrong. I'm pretty sure that the way that multiverse theory works is depending on which timelines are active. And those other multiverses, if you could call them that, are potentiations of timelines branching out. Timelines that could become active timelines. And fourth dimensional sort of a sentience is all about navigating and bringing into the active timeline branches of those universes that you want to bring into the main timeline. I don't think, because I believe consciousness is a field effect, I do not think that there can be multiple yous in these alternate realities, and I'm pretty sure time will prove me right about that. There's another thing I wanted to talk about real quick. I've often said something, this has occult meaning. The pupil of the human eye is a black hole, is what I said. This is about the structure of the universe.
Theory suggests there may be an infinity of universes, all with...
Let me go back to that frame real quick. Now, think about this. Does it not exactly mirror the structure of the human eye? You know the legend about Lord Shiva opened his mouth and there was, you know, a universe inside of it? That is literally the case with us, and the light hitting our eyes, and the light in your eyes being the window to your soul, and the light behind your eyes being the portal out of death after you die. And where you go when you dream, it's about the light in the eyes. It's about this.
Of universes, all with their own laws of physics, their own collections of stars. Yet, so some folks will say, creepier, because the implication of the so basically...
Now this is another part I want to say. So...
intelligent civilizations. So basically, our universe could just be one member of a much grander, much...
Now, if you take that map, which is a map of the universe, and the activations on it, the electrical passage of information and the activations on it, it's very analogous to a human brain. So I'm saying the last one was very analogous to a human eye. This is very analogous to a human brain. So what am I meaning to imply by this? I want to imply something about consciousness and the Planck length.
These features are typically not the case if you get handed a random universe. The multiverse offers one explanation for why all these that are hard to explain with basic physics, such as dark matter or the cosmological constant. According to some scientists, the biggest piece of evidence for the multiverse is that life exists, particularly intelligent life capable of making cosmological observation. That brief amount of time, the universe underwent a period of rapid expansion, inflating to become many orders of magnitude larger than its previous size. The inflation of our universe is thought to have ended about 14 billion years ago. However, inflation does not end everywhere at the same time. It is possible that as inflation ends in some regions, it continues in others. Thus, while inflation ended in our universe, there may have been other much more distant regions where inflation continued and continues even today. Individual universes can pinch off of larger, inflating, expanding universes, creating an infinite sea of eternal inflation.
This infinite sea of eternal inflation is the existence of life and the propagation of life. Because I'll tell you, all of these individual universes are equivalent to a consciousness perceiver in their own bubble of universal experience.
Filled with numerous separate.
We are all our own pinched off universes in this embedded giant hologram. So it's like, what does it mean, the gateway process to get to the Planck length? What does that mean?
Universes. In this eternal inflation scenario, each universe would emerge with its own laws of physics, its own collection of particles, its own arrangement of forces, and its own values of...
As above, so below. So what I want to say here is that the Vitruvian Man, that depiction of the Merkaba on the Vitruvian Man, it's the same thing. Like they're saying that each universe would have its own particle system and its own its own atmosphere, so to speak, which is like the temperature of a biological organism, and all of these electrical properties which our bodies have and our cells have and our DNA has. We are universes. We're universes of this variety. And that is part of the meaning of as above, so below. That is part of that cosmic mystery. The reason that we keep seeing these repeating patterns and stuff is literally because we are these pinched off universes.
Fundamental constants. This might explain
Humans
why
don't
our
understand
universe
the
has
nature
the
of
properties
space
it
weather.
does, particularly the properties that are hard to explain with basic physics, such as dark matter or the cosmological constant. According to some scientists, the biggest piece of evidence for the multiverse is nuclear. But all these features are typically not the case if you get handed a random universe. The multiverse offers one explanation. The idea suggests that when we trace the evolution of our universe backward in time, at some point, the idea at the beginning
I
of
want to also just unpack for a second just the image of the Ouroboros, right? The cosmic Ouroboros. But here's where most people get it wrong. It's not just that it's this circle, right? And that's the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros is actually doing a spiral. The caduceus is actually doing a spiral. Let me show you. Caduceus vortex. So this is what I'm saying. It's doing a spiral. So it's like, if you were to look at it from the top down, it would just look like a circle, right? But if you look at it from the side, you can see that it's not. It's actually a vortex. So what I'm saying is that this is the case here as well. And your act of consciously perceiving through time is you traveling through this vortex and you getting to the Planck length as far as translating the coherency of your individual signature, the signature of your individual universe. That is equivalent to immortality. Think of yourself as this singular point. Whatever point you are in this embedded hologram does not matter if you are also a part of the projection that is the light of the hologram that it's putting out. So, I mean, if you're here, that's what it means to be immortal, to have your immortal soul. Like, it would be to be here, right? That's all, folks.